And I don't do the agenda just yet, but I want to just make sure we go through our public session to give folks 3 minutes. So we have Jeremiah Diaz, Safety Patrol Agent, Commander Chief, Team Blue Volunteer. Okay, 3 minutes to present.
Please take the podium. The time starts with your first word.
How you doing? Are you on Third Avenue? Are you patrol Third Avenue? This is my business. I'm bringing to y'all to say because they must be they got a head because they don't have the budget and how much to say. And this is my first time here. My name is Jeremiah, and thank you for always continue that. And that's my. All of that, everything of it, you need help, you know that. So thank you. I will.
Any questions?
Yeah, Jeremiah, you mentioned patrol in the district. Where specifically? And are there more of you, like three teams?
You like four, right?
There's four of you?
You do like, I do like, when I did, but there was something, I don't know if you guys heard, on TV. They attacked the female, with the belt.
Right.
Because, they just, I just saw the news and they attacked, like in particular, so attacked the female. The guy raped her and right on the floor and the precinct, I get a contact of the precinct. And right now, I'm in control because right there, that I got for life is worse and worse, it's getting worse. And right now, the teenagers are doing a lot of stuff. And the stores, like some of the stores are getting robbed. So I live by Dunn Road and Tilden Street. So I do the 407, I do the 4 now, I do like some of the district. I hope the community because there's a lot of stuff doing it.
And so when you say Third Avenue, is it 149th Street, Third
Yeah.
Avenue? Do you walk up to like 156?
Yeah,
When you circulate, and this is like Monday through Friday,
yeah.
what's the schedule?
I do like 9 o'clock,
9 in the morning? Until what time?
4 o'clock.
Until 4. Okay, thank you.
Chair?
Good morning.
Good morning. Board member. So can you explain, like, can you make a request or you an entity? You said you can make a citizen arrest and then release him?
Yeah.
And do you have a gun?
We want the process.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah.
Thank you for keeping the community safe. Now, how many staff do you have? You say talk about 230. Don't you all this area and just two of you that cover the station?
Yes.
But my question is that if you're gonna cover, let's say, just two of you, are you anticipating getting more staff on
Yeah.
board? Or is there anything the community could do to help you get more people? Because just so while you're one for now, something could be happening. And I think that by hiring more people, the community could be able to find some way or the big to help you guys hire more staff to cover. We also have one that is another area also than in public. volunteers. Are you the staff of a particular, or just volunteers in that? Are you related to these?
Basically.
Oh, you need them. Okay, thank you.
This is all volunteer? Yeah. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge our president, and Gibson is here with us today. So moving, and so we have to meet. Okay, so we're gonna continue with public session. We're gonna ask Carmen Santiago, who's up next. So we'll go from Carmen Santiago and then Shanikia and then Dave.
Santiago, please take the podium. The time starts with your first word.
Just given that the police specifically with no. So things this year, the congressional district 14. Not just gonna, she wins in over three, so we can live Congresswoman also encompass waterfront, St. Mary's. So she's had a lot of new things and so the second, the finance, the finance, so restore. So Pinto has a force. Same as Wetson, is that the tax, like, you got a contract or an ask. Is working condition of the building and the elevator shaft. The gentleman, tell me anything else. There to, because setting the 80 process. You guys know that the person is getting paid for each city. So it's really no process. So it's really, until you guys really to go over the processes and you guys out there. They should tell you this soon. They want to use them. That's because. They have, uh, that's also, sort of, what you, only payment in part. We can, it's just too much. It's more needed that human beings are. Hopefully, that's what we do. My, someone. Some sort of thing that's there. A whole drive that has to take place. And the other start June 22nd, we're not open. Question? June 22nd, there's a lot to go. We could like 12 to 6 p.m. Any questions? You don't say next. So,
Hi, community board one. My name is Cynthia Loud. I am the owner of the AFC Urgent Care that's about 150 blocks away on 149th Street. This is one of three of my locations. I have that opening in Portland. I am also a care provider, so I am clinically PA and specialty in surgery. So our clinic isn't just owned by a healthcare. I'm also by one of the biggest, components to being in this community is to be able to provide quality care to people of color and a community that's facing many health disparities. One of the biggest ones that I want to hear you guys today, please kind of spread the word about the STDs and STIs in our community. Our clinic sees an average of 40 to 60 patients a day. Of that particular group of patients, the amount of young people in between the ages of 13 to 25 with a high number of STDs and STIs. Within the past couple of weeks, we've seen babies, I told them babies, 13-year-old babies. With from STD and STIs. Please, we could use your help with spreading the word to tell those young individuals location, get tested. It only takes less than an hour, to come in, talk to a provider. It is a safe space. So not just for women, that's also facing this issue in the community, particularly the mental violence. Our clinicians are available. If anybody has any questions, to our location, the type of service that we offer, please feel free to come in. It is again a safe space, but let's educate and get them tested. Another thing, while I'm here, I'm going to bring to the attention that in location, we've been settled into this community, providing urgent care. We have had an uptick in violent behavior inside our institution. I must remind everyone that condition, if they are touched by an individual, it is considered a felony. We are protected, we are licensed providers, this is speaking lives. We should not be feeling pressure from our community or receiving any type of violence at the location. That's not why we're there. We're there to help protect and serve, similar to our NYPD. So please, if there's anyone that can help us with that particular issue, I'm more than welcome to talk about it. We do have security inside of our location, but it is safe security. Unlike our city hospital systems and other major healthcare institutions, we're not supplied with an NYPD team to help in the event that a patient becomes violent. We're not protected by individuals that are suffering from mental health issues. So again, if there's any support there, providers in the community, please share that. And then my third piece that I would like to bring attention is, okay, we talked about STDs, we talked about violence in our community. Those are community healthcare issues. It is okay to just even walk in and share some of the things that you're seeing within the community. Talk to us about it. See how we can help. Refer somebody if you need. It is important to keep in mind DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion in healthcare is a thing. There is a community issue with racism in healthcare. So one of the things that I focus on inside of my location is that we have providers to service the community that look educated, knowledgeable, strong providers. So if there is anyone that says, I may feel some discomfort or I may not speak the same language as the provider is speaking, again, these are safe spaces. Thank you so much. And again, I'm always open to conversation.
But you, and it would also indicate we allow the only black woman to hold, urgent care here.
Say that I plan to open in every single borough in that city. So we have two new products. My one in Brooklyn is opening in November. I have next year one coming to Harlem. So we're gonna keep going. We need to be the face, you know, for our community as well in areas that we think we can't enter, and that's healthcare.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You can-
Just have a quick question to the urgent care. Do you have the grassroots organization that can help here? Because what happens is that usually it's gonna be difficult to the traditional folks.
Yes.
This is hard. So find a way to reach them at their location. Someone can come in, calling zone. So we need to find a way to reach out to them in their own comfort zone to have a communication with them because we're sitting here right now, they're gonna be in a park. They don't look for park with us, we don't know our people, we don't know what they're doing. So if we can find a program that can reach them into where they are, and talk about these programs, explain to them what the consequences are. By being scared, some of them are walking that way by themselves.
And just as an FYI, we do a lot of coaches. We are not a typical, healthcare practice that doesn't focus on the community. We are working with national and local nonprofit organizations, of course, accommodate the needs of those that may feel that this is something that they can't do about their general healthcare. We are looking out into the community, working on creating events to be able to have open conversations, private conversations. We working with a organization that's gonna help us, you know, reach young people and talk about birth control and being safe and having safe sex and providing them with the tools for free in order for them to protect themselves. So we are very open to that, looking for us in the community, talking about this and action that we're taking. Yes.
So we're gonna take questions and Shanikia will be, because we want to finish with the public session and then have four, so we want to start with it. So if there's any questions, Shanikia will be. I'm just gonna go, Dana, the last person to the public session, Dana, 3 minutes, just for some context. So Dana is here as a, get to apply for street permit to close, and still, in different houses, and so as the due process starts with us, anywhere we'll present just on what the event is, what's happening, so the individual stuff. Thank you.
So I'm born and raised in Patterson Project. Have a production company, my three brothers and my one sister, so it's a family organization. And we are currently working, not only to fulfill. So that's something that we want to do to make sure that we come to our community, so we can show we connect with the youth that is other things outside of sport and music that we can do. So we wanted to be an example of that. And our production day, hopefully, if we get it, if everything gets, we'll be filming. That's on Saturday. We'll be making a community thing, so it'll be a cookout, it'll be a dinner for kids. We'll have music out there, we'll have people. So we just wanted to announce, I just want the whole community to know you can spread the word. Some, young black women and black brothers doing something positive in the community. And again, it's our first full feature film, so we could use it to support, appreciate the support, and appreciate it, spread the word. So Saturday, June 15th, again, we shut down the street, time, 12 p.m., 12 noon to 7 p.m. And again, free food, and that's basically it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we by show of hands to approve the agenda in a second. We are adding into, the voting items. So we have 3 voting items that are gonna include street namings. There's only one that's listed, but because we got all the documents for the other 2 presented Committee for Municipal Services earlier this month. After the committee meeting, they didn't have all the documents ready to go. But they were able to get everything together, so we wanted to bring this forward to the full board meeting, so that we to put it to June. And so if I could get a motion to approve the agenda, we could do this.
I order the Jesus motion to approve the minute.
Second. What, which one? Brenda Booker? Second, any discussion on the motion? Any opposition? All in favor, say aye. Okay, so right now I want to, thank our Madam VP for being here today and also give her the podium. Let's give our award.
Community Board One, with the community. Thank you so much for Lincoln Hospital for hosting us. I'm grateful to be here for our May month of Community Board One, proudly representing the South Bronx, the communities of Port Lawrence, Montpelier, and the homes. Thank you so much to our district managers, to our board chairs. Congratulations on the win. I'm executive committee and all the board members of CD One. Grateful to be here for present. Taking this opportunity to say thank you for your incredible work and your service, for your commitment. It is not easy to do this work, but as leaders, we understand the assignment. We know the purpose, and we have to do this work with intention. Tonight, I just wanted to come by this evening to say thank you. And I made my way around the borough, visit all 12 community boards. Sure that all of our members know the important work that community board does and plays an incredible role in its work. Our administration finds itself in making sure that we are actively engaging with all of our stakeholders, and certainly CB1 is a part of that. So normally you would see one of my team members, I recognize Commissioner Gusto, who's here from our team, our community board unit. We are right in the midst of the reappointment process. As you know, 12 community boards, 50 members, each board, 600 appointments that we make over 1 and 2 year appointments each and every year. It is the time when we're going through the appointments, those whose terms are up in 2024. We're going through interviews, and then in June, which starts Monday, we will begin the process for new appointments and new applicants. And one thing I shared with the community that we were adamant about doing as a new administration, transforming the CV process. The first thing we did was we made the application digital. It's online. We want to make sure that we're investing in technology. We did the application in a second language, English y Español. That's important for us because we always want to make sure everything we do is reflective of the diversity. We held last year the first orientation and official swearing-in ceremony for all of our new board members. We always have an actual summer barbecue, foot rock, and we always want to make sure our CD members feel engaged, supported, and really amplified because you are the public servants that we entrust, and we want to make sure that we are doing our part. All of our reappointments and new appointments are done in partnership with the Bronx City Council delegation. So all 9 members of the Bronx, we work closely with, we get their advice, we work with them on reappointments and new appointments. And so we're in the midst of that process. But as we continue to move forward, we're always looking at ways to enhance and support. So we work with city agencies and our technology, around all of the classes that are mandatory, but also we want to make sure that and administration, we support our boards and make sure that you are stronger individuals. We do take the time to look at every application individually. We have interviews, and any board member can tell you, we really do a thorough job because we want to make sure that we are representing the very best to represent you, to represent CB1, to represent the South Bronx. And so we've looked at diversity from our race, ethnicity, geographical diversity all over the district. We also look at professions when it comes to urban planning, architects,
all business owners, entrepreneurs, social workers, nurses, those in the public safety arena. We look at everyone and we want to make sure that that's what the board reflects. So that is our priority. We will continue to do that. Our, in addition to the community board, we know we have a lot going on. So we have different offices within the office, different units around the enforcement unit, community services, our special events. We have the scheduling team, we have the capital budget team, our planning and development and housing team, health and human services, community board, education and youth services, and every unit has a director and staff. So if at any time you need any assistance around any issue, ombudsman is usually the process where everyone calls constituents, but obviously as it relates to schools, school district 7 or district 75, district 79, our private schools, parochial, we work with everyone. We want to make sure that this is working with all of you. In addition, we just finished literally Bronx Week 2024. The theme this year was more than 24, more programs, more opportunities. So that the Bronx is a global destination, a tourist destination, is a borough of opportunity. So boosting tourism, making sure we have jobs, career pathways, apprenticeship opportunities, supporting businesses, working with the business improvement district, like the third, the Southern Boulevard bid, all 13 that are in the Bronx, the merchants, really supporting their work. We have an economic development arm of our office that's called BXC, and the president, Rob Walsh, and his team do tremendous work. You've seen some of the announcements we've made around loans and grant opportunities, because we want to help support small businesses that are looking to grow and expand. And their doors open. We also have a Bronx tourism council that does a lot of work with the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. And our work there is all about tourism. It's all about economic development, bringing in revenue, creating jobs, looking at local opportunities, new initiatives, new partnerships. So we're very, very big on, we also have the Bigny, which is the Business Initiative Corporation of New York. They do all of our micro business loans. So we work with SBA at the federal level, Empire State Development at the state level, and SBS at the city level, all these acronyms. Job is to really get access for businesses. So we help with incubator space, we help with developing a business model for those that want to start a business. We also help not-for-profits, many that come to us and say they have great ideas and they just don't know how to get it up and running. We also help with that as well. The XCDC, Bronx Tourism, and Disney, great partners of ours. So Bronx Week was 13 days, and you all know that because we are the Bronx, it's 13 days and not a week. And we're the only borough that has its own week designated for our borough. No Metropolitan Week, but we got Bronx Week. Bronx Week really is about everything from 13 days of recognizing the people, the places, the small businesses that make the borough what it is today. Recognize the challenges we face every day, live this work every day. But I also have to acknowledge progress. During the pandemic, when we had the longest food line, kitchens and food pantries, it was all of you that were out there serving 5.6%. A lot of people lost their jobs, fell behind in rent, could not survive and meet the day-to-day of living in 2024, 6.6%. That is commendable. And I want to acknowledge that because it is worthy to be celebrated, because that means we're creating jobs. And not just jobs, career pathways. Understand there is a difference when we talk about a job versus a career. We want young adults and families to be prepared for the future. We want to build home ownership opportunities so that you don't have to be a tenant for life. We want to build up our housing infrastructure. A lot of things that CD1 has always talked about. We're very consistent with that. Great partnerships with organizations, and many of you talked about public safety, NYPD, the 403 precinct, PSA 7, Patrol Guard, Community Affairs. We are working closely with them. I've been supporting and championing a lot of officers in our all 12 commands that we represent. but here in the South Bronx in the 4-0, I know we're going to see a change in leadership with the departure of Joe Tompkins. I'm from the office, so I know we'll have a new CEO coming in. PSA 7, we're good. We have a lot of great people on the ground with doing work. On May 6th, there was a graduating class. The Bronx got 67 officers and the 4-0 got a significant amount. I'm gonna be working on the July class to make sure we can get more. Every graduating class that comes to the Bronx, I always speak to all the youth for the university. The district attorney and I always speak every class, and we also build relationships. So we're working now because even though it's May, I see the summer already. So everything that the council does with this budget, we have to make sure that some of you, cultural organizations, the library, the park, lifeguard, swimming, pool, the beaches, everything has to be fully funded to the best extent that we can. Because any cuts are cuts for our community. That means less jobs, less people, less programs. And anything like that means that we're going to have obviously a lot more challenges around public safety. So I believe, like many of you, that the answer to all the issues we deal with are jobs. So when I come here in Lincoln and I'm working with James Dobbins and Guns Down Like Us, the answer, a job. If I'm in the 4-2 and I'm with the West, the answer, a job. If I'm in the 4-6 and the 4-2, I'm working with RPG, Release the Grip, the answer is job. Uptown in the 4-7 and the 5-2, we're working with crime, we're fighting against gun violence, the answer, a job. If I'm over in the east side in Marvin Park and East Chester Gardens with Mr. Jay Gooding and SUV, stand up to violence, I need to told you, the answer is job. Job, job, job. We want jobs, we want programs, we want opportunities. So that is our intention. We're working closely with the council over the next couple of weeks. We put together a final adopted budget. June is a busy month for us, and we have flyers here. Can we make sure that we give them to our district manager and our chair? We have June is Caribbean Heritage Month, so we'll be having an event like that. Monday, we start June as the celebration of Pride. So we are going to, as we do every year, raise the Pride flag on the fall. We have a Pride celebration on June 14th. And we also have on June 22nd a Pride March. Very excited about that. Within our office, we have an LGBTQIA plus task force. So the task force and its members are leading the effort, working with all of the organizations around our flag raising, our event. We also just recently sent it off at the YMCA. We had an LGBTQIA plus career fair. We worked with inclusive employers that were hiring from our borough, from our community. We pride ourselves on career fairs because we can't just talk about it, we have to be about this work. So Pride 2024, we have a flyer for that on Thursday, June 6th. Also at Borough Hall, we are raising the flag for Puerto Rico to recognize, yes, to recognize our vibrant Puerto Rican community in partnership with the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Council. We have a lot more to tell you about the annual fireworks event we have, which is our Salute to America. That's going to be on Thursday, June 27th, the last Thursday of June at Orchard Beach. In the summer, we have a summer concert series that historically has been at Orchard Beach, but because of the renovation, the last 2 years, we've been traveling across the borough. We changed the concert on the road. So thank you because we did hold one of the last year at Caring Park, which was awesome. And we are traveling. And we also do show the beauty of the borough from St. Mary's Park to Pella Bay Park to Daytona Park to Claremont Park to Woodlawn to all of our beautiful parks. In Portland, we want to show the entire city what we can do here in the Bronx. I'm fully dedicated to this work. We have a lot of other things I could talk about, but I'm so grateful that CB1 is doing this work. You know, with that, let me say thank you. Staff is here to help you, to support you, to work with you, to partner with you. We have a very ambitious agenda of health, so we're working closely with Lincoln, hospitals around opioid and fentanyl. We represent a bunch of the highest overdose deaths in the city. That is not acceptable. So when we talk about harm reduction, drug treatment programs, programs for people that are living with addiction, there is a pathway to recovery. Being addicted should not be a death sentence. And if we do this work, if we put these programs in, there is nothing impossible, and people can live and be on a pathway to healing and restoration. I believe in that. Lincoln believes in that. Our elected officials believe in that. So that's something we're doing. We're also doing a lot of work around mental health because you all know African American and Latino women are 9 times more likely to die due to pregnancy complications in the city. And the Bronx and Brooklyn have high rates of maternal mortality and morbidity. Also not acceptable. Any way that we can save the lives of women and birthing individuals, we have to. So we are working to build out a birthing center, working with Health and Hospitals, we're working with Jacoby, Montefiore, Einstein, we're working with North Central and Lincoln on that because we want to include hospitals because we know we need a space and we need a consortium. So we have a maternal mortality consortium in our office that's consisting of birth workers, doulas, and midwives. We're doing a lot of work around HIV/AIDS. We work with the Ending the Epidemic Coalition right here in the Bronx. We work with Health People. We work with a lot of organizations and we're doing a lot of work on early testing around detection, around access to Hep C, to PrEP, and we want to make sure that we get all of that up and running. Councilmember Bianina Sanchez has legislation at the council that would provide opportunities for testing, so we support that and we have a way to do that. So there's a lot we're doing. I can tell you about diabetes, I can tell you about fibroid, lupus, so many ailments that are preventable that are historically in communities of color. Yes, we can do better and yes, we will, but we have been making a lot of progress. I would not accept these statistics, I would turn them into success stories, and I would not accept that the Bronx leads in everything back, but we will lead in everything that is. But we can only do that if we stay connected, we stay engaged, and we work together, and we make sure that this borough gets the resources that we need. And so I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for your passion. I hope that you are energized as I am, because this is every day for me. Look forward to working with you. Do apologize that I won't be able to stay for the full meeting, because we have to run all the way up to Woodlawn. There is a memorial event for veterans there, and I can't forget our veterans. Then I take a trip to the west side of the north side of the Bronx, and then into the east Bronx, so that's just my daily routine. But most importantly, community, thank you. CB1, thank you so much to Anthony, Clarissa, thank you, Amber, thank you, Audrey, thank you, Paola. Truly look forward to working with you. Thank you to our public servants who dedicate your time volunteering. Thank you. And I also want to acknowledge our New York City Sheriff. Thank you, Anthony Miranda. He is for us. And wait, he's already started, but he's going to continue to close down these unlicensed that are all over the communities, all over the city and the state. Commissioner is going to change that. I'm glad to hear what you're doing and how we can support you in your work. And I know for a fact that they're already in the Bronx because there was a smoke shop on 161st Street near my office. I got a call last week from the 4-4, it's been closed. It's one of those places, it looks good on the outside, but it's got some stuff going on the inside. That's exactly what people want. That's part of public safety. And again, we're not trying to penalize people for trying to make a living. We are saying that there are rules that you have to follow. And what it is, so for all of the legitimate licensed cannabis dispensaries that do the work, do the paperwork, pay the taxes, do the application, go through the process and actually open, provide the zones, provide the security, and then next to them, someone who's unlicensed. That's not right, and it's blown way out of proportion to the point where there's thousands of them. And I'm so glad that the state legislature gave the authority to the city of New York, to Mayor Eric, Sheriff Department, so that they can actually do a lot of enforcement. So thank you again. We look forward to working with you. Forward to each and every one of you in the community. And last but not least, congratulations to all of our graduates for the graduating class of 2020.
Thank you so much. Thank you. No, we're gonna go right into, the sheriff. That was a great way to introduce it. Thank you so much, Madam DC. Come on up, our New York City Sheriff.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for the invitation to come out and to share the work that we are doing. For most people, when we start off, I like to start off by saying, most people didn't know there was a sheriff. Most people that didn't, right? But the New York City Sheriff's Department is the first law enforcement agency in New York. Officers is what group birth to the New York City Police Department and what group birth to the Department of Corrections, and also what allows the Marshal Service to operate in New York is also the authority of the Sheriff's Office. Kind of like a historical perspective. Outside of the campus, which we're going to focus on tonight, we are responsible for all the civil law enforcement in the city. Anything that comes to get served in the Sheriff's Office to implement. In addition to that, you see most of the orders of protection in the city of New York right now are served to the Sheriff's Office. We're the ones that execute those. And so most people in the community don't know that people serve orders of protection. It is a free service at the Sheriff's Office in Oakland County that they're able to go to the Sheriff's Office and have orders of protection or classes to serve as well. So they should start taking advantage of that. In addition to that, we do the mental hygiene marks that are executed by the Sheriff's Office, which are mandated by the courts. We also monitor the electronic monitoring operation for free sentence. That also falls to the sheriff and big program that we've been taking. And there's a host of other intricate responsibilities that fall to the sheriff's office. Now, let's talk about what about tonight is cannabis enforcement. So, as the committee, new authority was given to the city by the state. That authority, let's say prior to that authority, what we were located seizing your product, issuing notice of the violation, so then they go right back into business after we left. And we receive $300 worth of product, but somebody will go supply it in further. And we had to keep the product over and over again. And that's the authority that we had. We had to operate within the law. The new laws that provide us with the these codes, still located now. So these are the grounds we don't expect. We don't hear one year. So you'll hear that. Don't stop making, don't assume that a neighbor or somebody else is making it. You need to make your complaint. We get information from the borough president, or our elected officials, from the community report. We get the list of the allegations from PTAs, from parents and people in the community, as well as from the principals at the schools, the locations where kids are frequently locations. And we put all that information together with other law enforcement agencies, put it in one place, and then we begin the process of analyzing that data and begin the investigation. The authority that gives to the sheriff's office is an administrative authority, it's not criminal enforcement. It is not meant to criminalize another population of people. That being said, we go in, we do inspection, we find the violations, we issue them to the violations, we pursue them, so forth. And then if regarding that business, more than 51% of that business is engaged in keeping records, then we will give that location on the first visit. The locations that we are talking are those locations that are by our schools, houses of worship, where they have reported individual basic both kids and adults have got six locations, we get that information. And we also get the information for any uncovered by under 85 and above by and then we're talking those with our primary location. The sheriff's joint compliance task force is mandated by the mayor, is comprised of the sheriff's office, the New York City Police Department, Department of Consumer Protection, and we work with any of the agencies that's the Department of State, and the private department of finance. So those are what things we need to come together. To give you an idea, we have a new authority, with law passing here.
Thank you.
City. We have moved on 308 locations, and that's for 15 days worth of operation. So 208 locations in the field. We have visited over over 600 locations in all 5 counties. We have issued over $31 million in civil penalties, and we have seen over $10 million in illegal products. So to give you an idea of that kind of enforcement, we have operating in all 5 counties, all 5 boroughs right now on a regular basis. Doing those inspections, speak proper, taking correct action. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't get arrested, because most of those cases that we find that they have fentanyl, cocaine, any of these drugs, all weapons, they will be arrested, or the hallucinogenic, which is the mushrooms that they're selling in some of these locations. We got arrested with those felons outside of the cannabis, they're engaged in other illegal activities, and when necessary, we make those arrests. Why are these locations important? They are packaged for our children. Every kid sick, every kid card is not packaged for this product. All the light things that you see is not to attract the adult population. It is attracting those that are under younger age children to go into the product. They're not verifying age, therefore they're taking a chance at children. These unregulated products, in most legal shops, we get 10 to 20 milligrams of product. And now with these illegal stores, you find that there's something 150, 5,000, 1,000 milligrams. So these products are really past what is supposed to understood to be safe, and it becomes very dangerous. So imagine now, and this encourages the adults that want to participate in it. When you buy this package and take the product outside of the packaging, you buy the gummy, it looks just like any other candy you buy in the store. If you have it in your home, you take them home, kids, they buy and take these candy, they don't see one candy. They take them swallow it, because adults bring it into the house. The other aspect of this is that if young adults are not taking this to our high school, once they get out of school, you can't tell that this is cannabis or regular candy. This is being sold to different kids in outside of the school area. Makes it very dangerous, and that's why we're targeting these locations. For 2 years, they got a lot of infections. We warehouses, one in Manhattan and one in Brooklyn. One in Manhattan, we took 12 pallets of product out of that regular location. And the one in Brooklyn, we took also 12 pallets with 121 gallons, 27 gallons of cannabis out of that location. These are distributed throughout the city and location. In these locations, we have found, in these perspectives, we have found that they are spraying the cannabis. That means that people are not smoking cannabis. What they're smoking is the chemicals that are being put onto the cannabis, which makes it even that much more of a health danger, because people are not being impacted. It's not because of the cannabis, it's most likely because of the chemicals that are being used to spray these products. So that's why it's important to be informed, educated, and be preventive at the same time, so that people know what is going on. We've had inspection on location, fixing the product in the basement. So they brought legitimate candies. And then they had big vats, another vat with liquid THC, and they were dipping. Can't imagine how much THC is being sold by the candy. So is it a 20 dip or half an hour dip? What the impact would be if you take 1 or 2 of them. And so this is why the illegal shop prevents that much more of a danger. When you deal with the legal shop, you're dealing with 3 products inspected, you know the product is getting. As adults, you should make adult decisions. Right, so we these packages, establish themselves as law established that it's okay to sell, but that has to be established the right way. And then we have to prevent the illegal shop outside of the baseball. Not only they children, but they are stealing everything. Because they're all needed, and if we have that it defeats perfectly, right? So when you say inspired by grace, we want to right? We have more power than God. Because if you fund other process and you stop buying products and stop going to those stores, then we would stop them from getting the extra revenue they're receiving. So you can have to pay. I can work on just buy my soda and cake and anything else. Next location that is not a that's why this work is serious. Everything having an impact on we will see the difference that now will take the folks down here before we get. I think they're kind of weak. They're starting to hit, and rise, and now we're taking the right. One fifty one. Let's say it's not, there's some other problem. Then we come down to the second phase, 10 days later, 10 days. If we find anything fluctuating, anything like this, cars or whatever is on the side, if we automatically see that, okay, that can fit, provided even. So there is a response for everybody. So we're going to the people say, organization, as easy. We are working together, we're working together, we're working together, we're working together, mobile operators. Back again. So we got different things, mobile operators in the city, we started touring them with them, and they stopped. Now we're getting the bring the border speech, and now we're going back to the mobile operators. Go back and we'll take that. Violations as well, and we take the fine that we currently have between $10,000 to $25,000 for the business. We let it, the landlord, another effective response. Because now we put the flood damage on those that they are now aware that they need to and they can become responsible. If they fail to take corrective action or to evict the tenant, then on them. So again, different levels that were given for the person are now reaching their involved. So the people, the handlers were big, attorney's offices to help them get their big that they need. And for those who participated, they like the money, we're impacting them by this means, just finance as well. So if you're rolled out into fund, you're again, please, stop it. As we go down, they'll be over. And you're going to think before anybody, any more things first, right? Get it fixed. Please make sure you share that information, it doesn't matter. And if you see our young adult out too, it's extremely important that you know. There's no gifting, I can tell you. That's again what it takes that is. And then we'll ensure that you collectively take action. Again, these images and and is not one problem, it is a city. And he mandated that all the work without the city. I've been to all kinds of right? And another thing that I love was the operation. I did and that is the big and his mandate, and we are all functioning and following that direction. So it's been effective response. So I again, if you have any questions, you can that.
Chair.
But thank you so much for that presentation, Cheryl. The board first, if there are any questions from the board. Audrey, the learning.
Totally different for what you did think of now. It's have enough the squatters also, right?
Yeah, it was the fault, yeah.
It could be implemented as
So, don't take advantage of one, take care of all the things they right? By the person that you guys report, you said you should take advantage of public support and territory. We still have like standards, while we put advisory on the direction to the right location to go, but these are all based on direction. We will follow exactly what the court directs us to do. Local office here in the Bronx is at 33rd Avenue, that's where the Bronx office. It's on the corner of Third Avenue, 156,
Next to all.
right next door. Okay, so take advantage. They can't. They're very. And most shop, if you have to go in a public forum like this, you can email complaints to most shop complaints with an S. smoke shop complaints with an S, sheriff.nyc.gov, that's the email. So you can send your complaint, pictures, if you have pictures of the location. It's imperative that you give the exact address as much as possible. And the other location thing, we all do that. I should say something else. What you see on the street level enforcement, we get a lot of attention. Right? Get them to do it. But there are different levels of investigations that are ongoing. Each investigation is own. Who's paying for it, how's that money? And then we file tax investigations against these state corporations, right? So the newspaper gets the newspaper filing the judiciary, but they bring the story that someone convicted, found in control, and those were people who shut down, and that they basically didn't find things, so, right? So we have cases where we're bringing all the district attorney's office, both assisting landlords to the victim process and pursuing these criminal investigations that our office also does.
Thank you. Or, I do want to know just quickly, does the remote report get to you guys eventually?
Yes.
Okay, so just give me one,
You still go to local region, or the elected official directly. You can report the revenue. There's no lack of places to go to report something, wherever you're most comfortable at. And you can call the sheriff's office directly and email.
if you want to do that, a citywide number, I don't know if you guys been, you guys have been field or things of that nature.
Everything else is like that. You have Sergeant Roses as part of my public relations, our office, executive office, and this will be Lieutenant, tomorrow, getting voted. We've visited over 105 locations. We have been able to seal 56 of those locations. And when I say seal, so that's different types of enforcement. Like sealing means that we found cannabis related products. When we go in and we find cigarettes or the vape, then DCW people issue those other violations as well. So that's why it's a fabulous team. When we walk out and everything that's illegally being sold, the process now location gets taken and they get subsequent fines to issue.
Ramona is my name. So see that, but can you talk a little bit about the makeup of the stores that are actually being, discovered or having licenses?
I think we spend, so I'm addressing, I don't know how to say that, right.
Maybe you can report, because we do these operations, I think it's interesting for us to look into what groups are being represented, and then not affected by the licensing process, people that have been adversely impacted and and responded.
I was, I was waiting in line to get a license, and therefore I engaged. That is not the case, right? Because if you comply with the law, and that was your intention, then everything is inside that would be compliant with the rules and regulations offered by the state. And that includes packaging, lighting, security, age check, all those things. If I walk into a location and I found that they were 99% compliant with the law, and the only thing they didn't have was a license, I think they would have a better opportunity in the open period to say that I was the guy waiting in line and then I engaged. That's not what we're telling them. We're also not a legacy market. That is not the people that we find inside these locations. Legacy market is people who traditionally were engaged in selling cannabis and have a history of already doing that in unlicensed market before. And currently now, you say, I've been in this people for the knowledge made league, I should have my opportunity for new business. That is not. Fine. So cannabis, I'm like, I've been doing it 30 years ago. That's not the case.
Cash in front, positive. I think it would be really good to know the statistics on that, but we can advocate them actually changing that. Legalizing the different model, the state. And then the second question I have for you, is you mentioned that you guys are getting fined that are 10,000 to 25,000. Is there in the legislation, to your knowledge, if not, you could tell, but, is it in the legislation, where do those funds go? Is that being put back into the community, or from the activities that would support? Hopefully, I need that have been in the game for 20 years and don't have, the abundant cash to actually do this legally, or mentorship opportunities. Is there something that's using that money forward, actually opening up the lead sales world to these legacy actors?
So that is not by the state law, mandated breakdown revenue that attention. It didn't know. I don't know anything. So I think we now fines that, and then we were out collecting on those fines, the process for the first time will be officially documented. And that means that once it goes through the process, it eventually becomes a return off.
So the state didn't anticipate coming in, gave us an opportunity.
I thought how that is, what the breakdown is.
The
That
state.
Yeah, the state. I want to say is that when we go to find out about, they try to articulate our people just trying to get a job. And so we want, to say this to the people who are working the job. If you're working and trying to get a job, then you should not be selling to our children for underage. And you also should not be selling packages that you had in the case for just certain color packages, right?
The kids are attracted.
And so,
The kids going up for the candy are actually being sold to underage minors. I totally get it.
so, finding school, right? So what I first saying is that for the work there, if they were in location, that they got a job in location, and that these people are selling to kids and not taking it with no impact. If they want to sell them to their product, so and they want to deploy it, we can treat them as well. We're not breastfeeding them for that. But those people who are indeed working in these stores, selling this contaminated products, are making a conscientious decision. If you're selling to a child under the age of 14, you're making decisions, and you have to be responsible for those actions.
You have statistics.
Hold on. Emmanuel,
Hey, so I'm going to check a little bit. And for you to share a little bit about the resources that exist for during illegal lockouts. We were saying is that, you have to vote, as well as housing board. But in between the illegal lockout and the moment the case gets to court, what happens? What kind of recourse does the tenant have? Do they reach out to the sheriff? Is there a hotline? Is there a link that they can email just to get in contact with you all so that you all can hold the landlord accountable? And if so, like, what are the accountability measures that your office, the office, holds in place?
We the role of what the sheriff does. The sheriff executes the court mandate. The only purpose. So if the court dictates the next week's done, we're obligated to execute the way the court has dictated it to be. We don't get to serve that. So anybody who takes something like this, go to the court, all they do all go respond, and they will evaluate whether it's and they will order the person back into the department. But outside of that, the role of the sheriff and civil enforcement is we execute whatever the order that is given by the court. And we try to do that in the best professional manner as possible. So we had occasions that we've had situations situation that we're involved in, it's a long process before it gets to the sheriff's office. By the time we get to the sheriff's office, then we can then a number of avenues that have already been exhausted. And so most of the time, you're at the tail end of what can I do, right? The judge has made a decision and he mandates orders chiefs in the north. And then the law mandates that the sheriff's office must execute that order.
Thank you. Okay, any questions from the public? We have questions from the public. Okay. Yes.
I'd like to know, if there's anything being done about, some type of enforcement on, people parking bike lanes. So there's like, if there's a new bike lane in the Grand Concourse, we can't use it, if everybody uses it.
I don't think that's for the New York City Sheriff.
Those plays, those kinds of things. We come on, we think that they're usually not reaching to start. There's a lot of depending on the bridge. But we have to eat well and not out of for us to see 35 of being that are considered. And we take that, so, that's properly registered payroll, the money that's all registered. But the vehicle is not insured, registered property, and then they get the. If they don't get the-
And also, to your question, if that's happening, report it. Also contact our office, let us know, send us pictures, and try to follow up with situations. Goodbye. We have another question, yes.
So you would think that there could be you have actually each draw that. For the vehicle?
I'm not gonna get that for you. It's paid.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you, Sheriff, for the statement. Done. You have done, you have a question? All right, Chair, Kitty recommends you, because the board members earlier, so Chair, it's up to you.
Thank you for coming. One first thing, the order protection. Your office is in the Bronx, nothing. Somebody cannot come in there for order protection. And your officer asking the person to go find out what. You are protected from knowing where everybody not coming after you. They're telling you to go find out what time they're. That is, I think, is that basic foundation thing that is, we need to actually know exactly what the responsibility of the sheriff is vis-a-vis. Walk into a sheriff office with the order of protection, there you should start being protected from there, not having to have you go back and forth. And this is not only one, many times. We have been very grateful. Now, that one is out. Two, the kind, could you give us the statistic of the South Bronx, how many cannabis are closed today? Because you say one thing that you have information from the whole precinct. And I'm curious to know how many have we received from the whole precinct the last year?
she asked.
Yeah, no, because when we have it here, you are giving us a statistic, but we are living in the community, we're living. And if you're gonna tell us that you're closing it, I can show you right now. Sunday morning.
About specific
Right.
ones, but if we have a specific one that you want to talk about, then I think that's something that we.
Well, my concern is that the little one that they close, the one that are really impacting the community are not being closed. This is where my concern is. I'm talking a shop that's been on for the past 3 years before it even became official. And I'm also, if the shop is not being licensed, you should already know that they apply for it, investigate that person, that address had applied for the license. So they didn't get it. You should find out. We are living it right now. I put the video right now. Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, we have 50 people lined up. But I tell you, better have this information. I just don't know the detail, but I'm very curious to know how do you get the big shop that you're gonna close down? Because we have in the community, and if he owns those, what, if he's the owner of the project,
Think process and respect. And I told you the priority of how we're identifying locations, the first locations we went on, are those where they did underage buys, underage sales to children. We did it with children, we put people before it's sick, and we did those that are closest to schools. Primary focus. So if education that you want to bring to attention, then there's more than one, we get this from every source available. I understand that if you go out, and do an investigation, some stores, just gonna be, real investigation. So, but they are all.
something that you don't need to have with. I mean, can you imagine coming from cars are lined up, you can't get into the car. I'm talking lined up, and when you call the for reason, you have to told that lady, throughout the pandemic, the whole year of pandemic, there was a part in there, we could not shut that place down. The community could not do anything. Once you go to the offices, to the government for services, they cannot render the service what you talking quality of life. I'm telling you, we have people that are trying to start their house right now. Because they are digging. And I'm really gonna have I think we should really
And people believe is not the right first contact. We investigate, we look into the person's situation that we're not. It's not easy to walk in and you have protection. I'm just going to I think action for as much information as possible. When's the last address you had to know the person was living? Where do they work at? When do they normally come home? These are normal questions because we have to identify where the person is. And so if we have them, we investigate it, if you want to provide as much information as possible, generally speaking, if the person's name and date of birth and everything, it helps us to do additional background searches to be able to identify any other location associated with the person. So it is an ongoing involved process. Sometimes we get the record to one department and it is mom's house and mom says, you know, they're but he's actually living 4 blocks down and then to the other, or he might have moved out of the borough, in which case. So there are a lot of nuances. Well, the focus of, I mean, it's the focus, so. Yeah. And court process, they get the information in hand, but the reality is we still need to verify that, right? So we do go out and it's not unenforceable and find out the person is no longer lives in that in. So the business, we ask for as much detail as possible. So if you, again, if you have friends speaking to a man, then you can ask for that, and then we'll have to definitely come to you, that's more appropriate. If you're not comfortable with the person you're speaking to, that's available at any problem. So if you run into that, no. We are probably the most effective agency currently serving orders of protection in the entire city. We took that responsibility to give the sheriff's office is effective than any other agency of the process. So I can stand strong about what the effectiveness rate has been in serving. And again, if individuals who have experience something differently, please let us know, and then we can take it back and business.
Thank you, Sheriff. Just the last question. If, once you've done an investigation on a specific location, is there a place that we can look up what the outcome is, if there were any violations?
So once you can track an address, it's on, remember, we get up to a year. But the building has remedies to be able to put remedies in place to gain access to the property again. If there's a non-legal, and another cannabis business, if they take corrective action and abate an issue, if they have an agreement that the person will not engage in that activity, sometimes that third person. But if you catch it the second time, then it's supposed to be passed.
I want to thank you at this time. I want to thank you for coming and presenting. So we look forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. Pleasure to be here.
Alright, so now we're gonna go into our voting items. And we'll put on your, just dump it. So over the, municipal services committee, so these extra street ladies, wanted to present that at the committee, we had three, presentations for street namings. And one of them was approved, which was World Week of Boxing, and two of them were tabled because there was some stuff missing. Push it to June, but because they were able to provide all of the necessary paperwork, the requirements, we wanted to just make sure we get it all done at this meeting so that they can move forward with their process. And so, we wanna do a vote for all three? We should.
There's not people who are members.
But is this a vote?
No.
Okay. Okay, so everyone received these notes and I just want to get a motion to approve the street naming as, so I'm gonna go through them. So one of them is, so the two that weren't on the agenda. Reverend Dr. Herbert Reeves. And many know Dr. Herbert Reeves for many years in the community. He was a pastor. And if you want to just say briefly a few words about the Reverend, really quick for the community, that'd be great. We'll give you like 2 minutes to just say. You don't have to, but you can. Oh, she'll bring the mic to you. Yep. Yes, she'll bring the microphone to you. Just a quick 2 minutes, I'll leave it. Yeah.
The board and all of the people that are here. Just want to say that the Reverend Hubert Reed served in Sarah Baptist Church was passed there for 14 years in one day. So, he passed away. And if you go to my case, you know, since he did, and he served in the community, I don't know how you know about the Sharon Baptist Church. Head Start. He the one started the Head Start. I think they have several different names. But the Head Start started in the basement of the Sharon Baptist Church. And now they have more things. So that was one of the things that he did. He did a lot of stuff in the community. We had every week gave out food. But like I say, he did a lot of stuff. I can't remember what of he did. I'm very young. I've been out in the he wasn't even there yet. But when he came there, he served faithfully. He brought his family in, they served faithfully. So we feel that in order to use his name, that section of street there, we would love to give this street his name. That would be the Dr. Reverend Hubert Reed.
And that's on Forest Avenue and 160th.
Yes, the church is located at between 158 and 160.
Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And, thank you for getting this paperwork turned around back to us so quickly. Appreciate that. The other street naming is for LaQuay Dash. Is anybody from LaQuay's family here? And just so that I can give you a brief, I'll read a little bit about LaQuay. LaQuay was a young student whose life was tragically cut short. LaQuay's dedication to his studies and his unwavering commitment to excellence exemplifies the value that we cherish in our community. LaQuay Dash was not just a model student, he was a beacon of hope and inspiration to all. His ultimately passing has left a void. that can never be filled. But renaming 145th Street in St. Anne's in his memory, we can assure his legacy lives on for the generations to come. By renaming 145th Street in St. Anne's Avenue after LaQuay Dash, we not only pay tribute to his remarkable achievements, but also send a powerful message that his life mattered and that the senseless act of violence will not be forgotten or tolerated in our community. And so LaQuay's family, LaQuay also a part of the church. Right, so LaQuay's teacher works at one of the first. So here to talk about LaQuay at our committee meeting, and so, right, and so LaQuay was taken tragically in March, so the family wants to his legacy. And so the last one is World Week of Boxing. So World Week of Boxing, they presented, and so Wilfredo, his name was Jared Mansonet, and he has dedicated his life to boxing. He's a boxer, and he also trained many boxers in the community. And they want to honor this work of boxing. They committed to doing boxing events in this area where they do street naming, and they want to make sure that they preserve what boxing in the Bronx means and what it did in the 70s and the 80s and to many, many, many young people who didn't have an outlet. And so that was the presentation. And so at this time, I just want, and everyone has this in their notes, so at this time, I just want to get a motion by show of hands, and I will call on someone's hand. See, a motion to approve those three. I see Ms. Brenda Goodwin.
Member of this board, member of this for 30-something years. I am familiar with the churches in this community. I am familiar with the LaQuay family. And I take this opportunity to put the motion on the floor. And I take this opportunity to thank those in the community who have been driving this community for the years that we have all been here and been here together. It's important that we acknowledge. It's important that we still stand for one and that we be here for one another at all times. It is our clergy that support us, those for us. When this kid died, it was horrible to our community. But the pastor of that church stood up and brought the family and the community together to bring us together to know that we are still protected and we are still here and united with one another. I thank the community board one for stepping up to the plate and allowing this to happen. My motion is on the floor.
Thank you. We accept the motion. First motion made by Ms. Brenda Goodwin. Can I get a second motion? Second motion by Mark Cosmo. Any discussion on the motion? Any abstentions? All in favor say aye. Motion passes.
This one, if I may, Chair, the steps after this goes forward to the city council. They vote on this twice a year. And they do their own internal investigation, and they will make the determination if additional documentation is needed. And then they will communicate with the community board and like with the family on when a ceremony or street sign can take place. So this one of the many first steps to go forward with this. We're thankful that you'll be able to be with you on this occasion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Good evening, Bronx. My name is Paula Martinez, and I am the chair of the Economic Housing and Development Committee. In our last session, we had a few presentations and applications, and I am very pleased to bring to your attention some of these applications that we had. We had custom smokehouse. This one was for our removal. One of the things that we have agreed as a committee is that we prepare that the restaurant owners or anyone who's applying for a license shows up and attends our meetings and gives their presentation. Those that do not come for whatever reason, unfortunately, we do not issue any recommendations. We immediately table them so that they actually show up This approved, yeah. So this is a once a year commitment that they appreciate when they come. So all of those folks that you would see here that we have represented to us have showed up to the we have a moving to for rate tacos. This is, I believe, is this the person that proposed like a branch? Or okay, rate tacos. So, we didn't have any negative report from the police from these businesses. We recommend to approve the issue of the license, of the license. 619 bar, this is also a renewal license. We met with the business owner, no negative comments from the police officer as well. Bistro, we also met with the business owner, although there have been some complaints about noise, it's nothing that's super, bad. It is in a building and the issues with the building itself, because there are some residents upstairs, but overall, shut down. That's that. Next one, first class concierge. So first class concierge is proposed, is this the French? Yes, so first class concierge is bringing a new concept in the South Bronx that proposes, it's like a market type of venue where they will have a bar, they will have space for like people who wanna work, like a lounge, and the person that is trying to bring this business to the community, they actually own several restaurants in Manhattan, including in Harlem. There's a really nice one I can't remember it right now, but they are not. It seems like a really interesting idea. Okay. And then we had other applications for regarding cannabis drugs and some of the residents, but they didn't show up to the meeting. If they want to come back, we'll be happy to look at their presentation. So one thing that as a committee, we are very committed to one, working with the business owners and connecting them with resources through the BITS, through the Department of Small Business Services, and actually, as per a recommendation from our chair, visiting those businesses and further engaging with them. So we pretty much have approved most of the renewals that have come our way based on the feedback from the owners, the police officers, and feedback from the community. So I would like to call for a motion to approve these, like, the committee's recommendations. Discussion, thank you.
Second motion and then discussion.
So anyone can second? Second in the motion. Any discussion in the motion? Okay.
And we split up.
Between what and what?
I don't think
Yeah. So I'm not comfortable with all of the order attached.
So what is the process right now? Because these.
Well, she finished.
These are.
And the ones for no, once you want, you wish to be noted to not, to vote on. Yeah, this is the time, it's discussion on the motion, it's now, you can do it now.
Which one?
Come to our meeting. This is our daily, our daily work, and I believe that we also sent an email letting folks know what the agenda is and what are the businesses that are coming forward to their licenses. So please pay special attention to that because once the committee makes recommendations, we have conducted our research. We don't want to delay this process. That's already very late.
What, Ramona, did you have, any concerns about a specific one?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the history of Beechstrom.
Yeah, go.
With them, it's not just about them being in the building, it's about the altercations, the fights, the 911 calls. The way that they negatively impact Alexander Avenue and folks surrounding, live on Alexander Avenue and other spaces. And because of those issues, I don't think that they've been a good community partner.
So just to know, so what? The bistro, and so that's one of the things that we've been doing. Yeah, so the shooting wasn't related to bistro, it just happened. Um, that shooting was actually related to the business across the street. It's not there.
Okay. Ray Tacos. You said that there were some police issues, but that you didn't have any concerns about the stuff?
No.
But you said that you saw something that was concerning, but that it wasn't that. And Mexico Cena, are they being distributed? I couldn't read the letters, so they didn't show up?
Is that there? Yeah, they didn't show up.
Any other discussion? Okay, so let's take a vote for those of you who'd like to vote, taking the recommendations from the committee, you can say aye.
All in favor, say aye. Any abstentions? Any noes? One.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So we're gonna move over to the elected reports. Do we have anybody from the mayor's office? Do we have anybody from the VP's office? Oh, mayor's office. Oh, sorry about that.
Take the podium.
Take the podium and your timer starts at the time when your first word. Welcome.
Mayor's office, and affairs. And basically, my talking points were already mentioned by both the president and the sheriff. But I have some lines here for the upcoming event. So we have DOT Department of Transportation coming up at 3 p.m. at the Dean Charter School. Was it regard information for the owners? And then the flag basically. Bowling Green in Manhattan. On Tuesday, June 4th at 2 p.m. So this is 2025. And
Thank you so much. Anybody from the VP's office? Oh, she did it. Anybody from the Chicago's office?
3 minutes and when you, after your first word.
I have two legislative updates, but I know that district. This is about years of annual experience, either for office or for the district line or a resource that you represent the NC. It also you be represented on the city and public. So the first legislative update is on the first for the Healthy Affordable Housing Act, introduced to address the dire shortage of city affordable housing for families. The United States is currently in need of 7.3 million additional affordable housing units for their proposed needs. This legislation authorizes $100 million per year for 5 years for a grant program to the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Grants and loans may be used to develop, create, or preserve affordable rental dwelling units in neighborhoods who are facing a shortage of affordable housing as. There's five, the neighborhood must have one of the five amenities, a federal quality health center, a healthcare provider who accepts Medicaid and provides primary care services, a grocery store that accepts SNAP and includes this program and WIC, a state licensed childcare provider or eligible childcare provider. And finally, a pharmacy. Second is that Councilmember required Bill 847 that consumer standards for lithium ion batteries act for the house. This has been going on since March 2023, setting the standards for lithium ion batteries not to be turned up for a vote at the that was passed. This bill underscores our board's unwavering commitment to improving fire safety for New Yorkers and all Americans in the Bronx. As said by the Congress member, in the Bronx, we saw one of our two neighborhood supermarkets, 2096 Grand Conflict, complete rubble at the end of 5-1 fire caused by malfunctioning lithium ion batteries. This bill would require the Consumer Product Safety Commission to establish a final consumer product safety standard for a chargeable lithium ion battery that micro-related devices. Additionally, I forgot to bring the flyers, but we are having an event in collaboration with the Catapia, cities, and Florida, for people who want to apply for the Section 8 waitlist, it is opened up for the first time in 15 years. If you are interested, I am really happy for the. It's going to be June 4th and June 6th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it's going to be at 478 East England Avenue. If you have any questions,
Thank you.
Just questions.
Are you just gonna take questions? Or are you set to be in the back?
Yes. We are you gonna be in the house? Okay, let's do that in the back because we are so, and we have the space, all the space.
if you could say briefly, that's very short. What are the requirements for the Section 8, the eligibility for the Section 8 voucher? The general eligibility, I think that's very important.
I don't, so what would be needed to go is to evaluate if you're eligible, you have to bring your household income, your household assets, the data member, you'll have two people who are expected to then the other two of them, that would be one process. Again, I don't know if you for eligibility, because I don't. What, I'm gonna, you have one question? Please, listen.
Mentioned in the beginning, what was that road again?
It was, 1797.
1787? 97. How did?
I heard that specifically that it was in support of preventing fires, and I've read so many great reports that it became the conversation for a while, trying to advocate for the prevention of, and he's been trying to advocate for building infrastructure and then build out capital in that specifically fires.
And affordable housing.
I don't believe that you mentioned that, but
I thought you talked about affordable housing. You went on.
okay. So healthy, affordable, safety. So that one, the affordable housing act. Yes, on paper. So that is a housing that is $100 million for 5 years. And then there's 5 different amenities, one of which has to be like grant.
And is that eligible for public housing authorities?
I'm not sure if it's dementia, I can hear it. Thank you. Anyone from Alexander or there's office? Jose and Sarah.
3 minutes, and your time starts at your first word.
Couple of deals that have been. Closer and purchase the right of South Bronx, so. The one that says. for cultural awareness and public experience summit.
Thank you.
So just wanted to tell the deal that Senator Toronto has that affect the lives of people in South Bronx. So as far as cultural awareness and competence training for the professionals. The second one is S26 that the clear of education for required public schools to report on compliance with our safety instruction requirements. And finally, S268 that prohibits justice services for displacing and I don't know to contemplating on these views of the reports of arrest and purposes. And finally, we always open to detail from health, from further.
Thank you. So we'd also like to leave Senator Serrano to, he is even a welcome. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. No.
The arts program funding that we talked about last month, we asked how much of that is achieved.
You can. Oh, do we?
I can share with, you sent to the office, I have it.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Specifically with the entire, is that okay? I'll share with the entire board.
July. Sakamanga. Deputy Speaker Ayala. Darcel Clark. Worrell. 40th Precinct. PSA 7. All right, we're gonna table the chairperson. Those would all be in your packet. Those can be found online. Meeting notes are. And we are also going to we're going to table the committee reports with the exception of if there's any committee that needs to present. Yes, Mr.
Is out, we'll share with you by email or get a paper copy to you directly. Yes, ma'am.
You got it.
I'll bring it over to your center tomorrow. Is that okay?
I just want to continue. So committee reports will be tabled unless there's any needs to be said or discussed. Otherwise, is there any new business? Any old business? Oh, new business. But I wanna.
Or have a conversation about providing guidance to our deaf speakers regarding them prioritizing things that truly impact the community and providing the reports on events, so we don't have to hear that in presentations.
Thank you.
And their time limit could also be upheld, so that we don't keep running out of time to talk about the issues.
So basically, in about a week, to be exact, we're gonna have the day cooperative, the YMCA. This is the flyer here. I don't know about anyone who's interested in learning about worker cooperatives in the Bronx. Anyone interested in perhaps starting their own business and cooperatively run, to attend. There is a registration code, it's a QR flyer, but you can register via this QR code. If you're interested in learning more, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll have flyers available. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. We have. Yeah.
But he just mentioned the QR code is also at the board office, so if anyone wants to stop by and just scan the QR code, you may.
And also, you guys should be at the board office, you should be using the space, you should be coming in, you should be finding out what's happening before we get to the full board meeting. Make sure that you're attending your committees, make sure that you're on board with that, make sure that you're reading notes and checking your emails. So can I get a motion to adjourn? Mary makes a motion to adjourn, can I get a second? Can I get a second? Christiana makes seconds the motion to adjourn. Any discussion on the motion? Any abstention? All in favor say aye. Meeting adjourned.
One second before you start cussing.